Welcome. I'm Lee with For Fun Golf TV. Today we're bringing you round one of the SGT Web Plus Tour at Black Desert Resort. Never played the course, seen it on live YouTube channels. I think Bob Does Sports did a series here a couple months ago. Looks like a beautiful place. I know it just hosted the, I believe the Bank of Utah Championship on the PGA Tour last weekend, but happy to have it here and gonna see what we can do in round one. All right, did do a little bit of a warm-up session before, so hopefully we're able to swing, get off the first tee box at least. I'm doing the same camera views we use in OBS for our normal live streams. A lot of times when I do solo streaming, I cut out the seating area stream or camera, but I thought it might be nice to kind of give you access to where the button box is and club selection, etc. back here. So I'm going to aim out, we've got calm winds, normal fairways, normal greens. I tend to play left to right with the driver, so I'm going to aim out about there and see if I can get in the fairway to start on this par 4, 452-yard hole. Off to the right there. Gonna just creep into that semi-rough cut, leaving me 237 up to the green. Surprised at this distance in this Web Plus Tour that that's not playing as a par 5, but is what it is. Got hazard lines right and left. 220 to the front. I'm gonna try to hit a 3-wood, see if I can get up there by it. If I'm in that bunker on the left, that's not that big of a deal. Got it kind of pushed off to the right. Hang on, don't hit that cart path. Yikes. That is the mistake I didn't want. I'm off in the lava. A lateral hazard, so I've got to drop. Let's look at our options here. Yeah, I don't want to re-hit, so I guess I'm going to drop there and be playing my 4th from 39 yards out of the deep rough. That was unfortunate. Usually with the 3-wood, my miss is I pull it to the left, so I was not anticipating pushing or slicing one off that far to the right. So I got a slightly uphill lie, 1.1 degrees to the left. I'm going to aim it over there. I'm going to try to hit a lob wedge, see if we can get it up there close. Coming out of the deep rough, it's going to take a little bit off. There you go, pretty good recovery there. Got a putt for the bogey. Not doing a whole lot. I'm just going to put it right edge, it's slightly downhill, slightly right to left from about 6 feet. Just try to hit a nice easy putt. I got to take my glove off, that drives me nuts. Oh, and it, so apparently there was no real right to left. Putted that ball about 3.5 feet, and it raced by to where I'm 7'7" coming back. That's frustrating when it shows break and doesn't do any of it. I don't get those 2 putts. I don't get where, you know, the one moved left to right going uphill, the one coming downhill didn't move at all. That's frustrating. Freaking triple bogey on the first. Number 2, par 4, 361. What do we always say? The only important shot's the next one. I have started off like that before and been able to recover. We'll see if I can here. I'm going to aim off there. That'll work. 130 out of the rough. Pins up on the high part. I've got a right to left lie. I'm going to aim about there. 128 coming out of the rough. I'm going to play at 8 iron, expecting to lose, you know, 10% or so here. What in the world is going on? So I hit that 152 in-game carry. It says it took 6% off. Yeah, that should have been 10% off. That should have been about a 135 in-game carry, which would have been just the back of the green. And that thing just, maybe it's the altitude I'm not accounting for, I guess. So maybe the altitude negates the what I'm losing out of the rough. Did get a good break bouncing off the lava, but so I got a right to left lie here, 33 yards up to the top of that hill. All right, 4 par. And I guess I'm just going to hit it straight because the break hasn't really been there on some of these. This is just 5'6". Take off the glove real quick. Slightly uphill. There we go. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I guess that's maybe what I'm not thinking of is that elevation change and the way the ball carries in it. So, par 3, 109 yards. I've been hitting all my 100-yard shots with a pitching wedge recently. Just I can control it better. Other than my short irons, when I try to take full swings, I seem to pull them. So the pitching wedge, I can take a partial pitching wedge. So it's 105 playing down, let's say 3 yards. So that's 102, and I'm going to give it 10% for the elevation. So I'm going to, or for the the overall elevation. So I'm going to say I need to play about a 90-yard shot. If I'm wrong, I'm in the bunker. If I'm right, hopefully I'm close there. Got a little bit more of it, got a 94. But yeah, that's going to work out. Okay. It's a good shot. Math kind of worked out the way I was thinking it might. Again, that raw carry number 94, I was kind of, again, where you go back to a point. I was going back to my 90 yard point with that pitching wedge and got just a little bit more of it. We're going to go left edge, flat, maybe slightly uphill from 9 feet. There we go, in for birdie. All right, so we get one of those back from the first hole. All right, par 4, 384, down 7. And looking at that OB and lateral hazard down through there, I'm going to try to maybe hit a hybrid, land it down there. That'll work. That's pretty a shot, but it ended up down there where I was hoping it would. Just afraid, as loose as I am with driver, I wouldn't get something in play down there. So it's 164 yards now, downhill. I think I just want to land something about right in there. So 150. I'm going to let it take 10% for the elevation change overall. I think this is an 8-iron. Yeah, I got it pulled a little bit. It's going to come up short. If I'd have got it on target, it'd have already been good and ran up on there. But I rarely get them on target, to be honest. So if you haven't seen For Fun Golf TV before, I appreciate you watching this one. We are not about how good of golfers we are. This is just kind of the average golfer's experience with this in a home garage golf simulator. We stream Sunday nights, Monday nights, Friday nights at 7:30 Central on TikTok and YouTube, with a ton of on-demand content on YouTube as well. We'd love for you to join us on one of our live streams or join us on Facebook at For Fun Golf TV, spelled out 4 words, where we post content about a week early and keep you updated on what we're doing with the stream. So I've got 28 yards downhill lie, left to right. So I'm going to try to play this out. I would love to go about 25 yards with this. Oh, and I hit behind it. Yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere near what I wanted. Okay, let's try to make a putt then. 30 feet, or just over 29 feet. Pretty flat. Maybe going to touch uphill. Let's look at the heat map. Yeah, it's going to tell us it's pretty flat putt. It's left to right early, and then it kind of straightens out. So let's see if we can get one up there. Yeah, it took too much of the left to right early. All right, that's a bogey. Take us back to +3. Not the end of the world. Again, not doing this to show how great we are in golf. I go out, I'm trying to break 80. That's kind of my goal. Triple bogey on the first makes that difficult, but that's still the goal. Par 4, 229. I think I'm going to try to hit a 3-wood. And I'm just kind of going to go straight at that bunker. I tend to move this one direction or the other. It's pretty narrow up there, really. You know, that's silly. Why hit something into trouble? 229-yard hole. Let's try to hit like a 6-iron right to there maybe instead. Just leave ourselves something there that we can chip up on and hopefully get close for a birdie putt. 38 yards. Let's look at the heat map again. We've got a right to left lie. I want to land it about 35 yards there. Hit it just a touch farther than I wanted, but not bad. It didn't move off that right to left lie. Didn't seem to impact it at all. Went pretty straight. Got 8 feet for birdie. Slightly right to left. I'm going to go just outside right. Pretty flat to maybe slightly uphill. And it, so am I hallucinating these right to left lines that are moving? The ball did not move at all. Just nothing. And the speed I don't get either, because I did not hit that very hard and it took off like it was shot out of a cannon. So here's another one I'm going to hit less than driver on. Got water up there on the right. You got water down the left. Kind of a narrow landing spot. Again, a 6-iron will leave me about 100. I could try to bomb a driver, but that just brings a ton of stuff into at risk there. I didn't catch that very clean. Oh, yeah, you're fine. Saw that water pop up on the horizon, but I didn't hit enough of it to worry about it. All right, gonna leave me 177, uphill 5, so I was playing 183, 10% off for the elevation. I'm gonna say that's gonna play 170. 170, firm strike should be my 6-iron. I'm gonna aim right there. And I chunked my 6-iron. Still gonna get up there though. Surprised, it felt like I hit it really fat. Probably got lucky. If I'd have caught it clean, I'm afraid I would have flown it. No idea if I'm really adjusting enough for the elevation or not. A couple of them have seemed like I am, but I don't think that one I would have. So this is 28 feet, hard right to left. I'm gonna go just a little bit more out. Get down there. All right, not a bad putt. I'm in for par there. So we stay at +3. Going to a par 5 7th. We'll do a flyover on this par 5. Let me get a drink here. Hoping that it looks like a place we can drive or hit driver on. Let's see. Whipping around. I hate it when it does that. Almost gives me vertigo when the flyover camera swings around like that. I just don't think I should hit driver on this. It's just too narrow up there. I think I am going to take that aim point at 242 that they have out there. Maybe slightly, yeah, aim at that one and see if I can get a 3-wood out there. Hit that pretty straight. There we go. And you hate, knowing you're giving up some distance, but boy, I just don't want the penalty strokes. So I got 233 downhill to the pin. Got a left to right lie. Well, I say it's uphill to the pin, but in this elevation, I'm going to take that line over there just right of the front edge. See if I can get one over there. Pretty good line. It went right where I aimed it. Not going to complain about that. All right, so we're putting for birdie from 47. Long birdie putt. These are the hardest putts in GS Pro for me. Obviously, they're hard all the time. So moving right to left the whole way. I may have given it too much there, but we'll see. It's kind of flat, maybe. Let's see if we can get it close. We'll take that par, or excuse me, that's a birdie. Nice. So, oh yeah, we were putting for eagle there, so we get the birdie. My bad. I had in my head we were putting for birdie. We were putting for eagle there. That was a par 5. So it takes us back to +2. 113-yard 8th hole. I'm already with the elevation and everything and the way the ball's flying, thinking this is maybe not a full pitching wedge. Gonna try to hit it right there below the hole. See what we get. A little bit right of my line. A little bit long. Hang on, let me putt. I'll putt off the fringe. I don't care about that. I say that. It's still rolling. Come on. What am I? I'm going to be... Yeah, I got to chip it now. 17 yards. Roll clear off the fringe. That's unfortunate. So I got a left to right lie, uphill, 17 yards. It's going right to left up at the flag, so I'm not going to change that. I just need to get it kind of most of that 17 yards. And I flew it, yeah. All right, well, we got a putt for par. My button box keeps giving me a little shock, like the USB isn't quite connected. All right, so this is pretty flat, left to right from 27 feet. Didn't give it enough of the line there. So that's a bogey. We go right back to 3. Birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey. I see a pattern. I get the stroke, I give it right back. But all right, we're coming to 9th, which is another par 5. We'll do a flyover again. Figure out what we want to do off this tee box. Haven't hit driver much today. When I did on the first hole, I got in trouble immediately, so maybe there's some common sense to that, huh? Let's take a look at where it's got us a landing spot off the tee. So that would be a good landing spot. I think I'm just going to hit 3 wood. No, no, I think I got to try to hit driver. 3 wood, and simply the math of it, 3 wood is going to get me about 225, 230, and that's going to leave another 250 up to the hole. Yeah, it's tied up there anyhow, so maybe I don't want to. I was thinking that, you know, maybe hit a 3 wood up to the green, but that's going to leave me pretty tight shot up there looking at where that green is. So let's just try to play smart. I've still got to execute this shot for it to be smart, but and get through into the rough probably. I turned. Okay, that's stayed in the fairway for us. That's good. Wow, I got 247 out of that. That's crazy. Oh, but it's close enough now. It's got me thinking. Yeah, I got to try it. I'm going to try to hit a 3 wood up just in front of the green, let it run on. If I'm in the bunkers, that's okay. And I hit it low. Sit down in that rough. Oh, good. The rough ate it up. Okay. That's not horrible. I just kind of didn't get it off the ground. Still got 200 out of it. I was okay with staying in the bunker. I should be okay here where I'm chipping on and hopefully giving myself a birdie putt. Heat map. I got a left to right lie. Aim it about there. 40 yards. Obviously, the distance control is the biggest factor. Not bad. I was trying to get it about 40, a little over 38, so it gives me a putt. All right, slightly uphill. slightest left to right. None of these left to right brakes have materialized except for the really big ones. So let's see, I got 16 feet. That one took off. So that's a par. Par on the 9th. All right, so that's a par on the 9th to finish at a 39 plus 3 here in the first round at the SGT Web Plus Tour at Black Desert Resort. First time ever seeing the course. Scared to death to hit driver off the first tee, took a triple bogey, went out into one of the lateral hazards. So I've been hitting less than driver on most everything else since, and it's working out so far. See if I can keep that together. Appreciate you watching this one. Look for the back nine video coming shortly.